There is diamond behind my door. Only true redstoner can open the door.
I have the red power. I will open the door.
Bruh, what do I even do, bruh?
I am guess you are not match for my door of redstones.
I am trying for 100 day to open.
The solution is explode.
It is too powered.
I am on fire.
Lick and subscribe. 100k licks to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
I am scuffed by bits.
The only way out of here is to try one of these doors.
One of them leads to the castle at the center of the labyrinth, and the other one leads to certain death.
What's crackin'?
What's cracking, root vegetables? Right here today with another redstone video. We're going to be talking about something I've decided to call a logic door. Basically, it's a door that you would have to build a redstone circuit in order to open it. In a little background, I came up with this idea. I was teaching my daughter how to do redstone, and I wanted to have like a little test or something at the end. And so I wanted her to have to make logic gates in order to open a door. And yeah, that's where this came from. All right, let's get started. Ignore that. Alright, so this is the simplest way to pull this off. I have it all spread out so it's easier to understand. Basically, we start with any door that is closed when it's powered. And then next we have this little timer here that just keeps the signal on for a certain amount of time. And we'll see why that's necessary later. And then that signal is coming from this gate, which is called an XOR. And if you don't know what an XOR gate is, it's basically just check to see if input 1 and input 2 are the same, right? Well, actually, it's kind of checking to see if they're different, because it gives a signal when they're different. You see right now, purple is, well, they're both purple. Concrete is on, and terracotta is off, and it's giving a signal. Anyway, the next section, I call this the key. This is where the person will have to build something in order to open the door. And it's important that this signal coming from here and the signal coming from the key arrive at the same time, or else it'll like this one will be on for 3 ticks, and then this one will turn on, and then this one will turn off, so it'll be like off for 1 tick. It won't work out.
Foreshadowing.
And then last but not least, we have these 2 clocks that like one clock is the input to the key, right? And so it's just going to cycle through every permutation of inputs it can, which with just one input, that's either on or off, right? And then this clock over here is going to cycle through whatever we tell it to do with these levers. And you can think of this as like the expected output, what the door is looking for to come out of here to let the door open, right? Okay. And then last but not least, this light blue is just a control circuit. We have like this 4-tick monostable that just like injects the signal where we want it into the clocks. So you see I had both on, so this is just going to stay on. And also we have some housekeeping here. When this is turned off, these pistons pull these blocks out of the clocks. No more blocks in your clocks. And that stops the cycle. And then this last bit is just to keep the XOR different so that the door stays closed. Okay, let's build one of these clocks so we can have a better understanding of how it works. Basically, it's going to be 4-tick repeaters just going in a circle. And this target block is for, turning it off later. And then we'll just loop it back around. Oh wait, I did it backwards. Okay. And this needs to be up like that. Ching. Okay. So we can kind of think of this like each repeater, like it's going to go in a cycle, right? So we can kind of think of it like music, like each repeater is a beat in a measure. So we've got an eight tick measure going here, and we want to control when it's off and on, right? So what we're going to do is plug a little dust into each of these blocks. Then we need a way to power them. So you see right now it's just going to stay on. Don't worry about that. And then we need the output of this torch to be an AND gate between this lever and the control circuit, right? So what we're going to do is put dust on top, and we don't want this to connect, so that. And then if you know how an AND gate works, it's a simple, like, you need a lever. So each lever is an input, and then this torch is an output, right? When it's on, the output is true. Right? So 2 torches touching a dust that turns another torch on and off. So this one will be the one that gets turned on and off. We need 2 torches touching these dusts. So I'm gonna do that for each one. And then we'll put a torch on there. So that's like this torch, right? And then for the control circuit, the other torch of the AND gate, we're just gonna plunk it right there, right? And that's our control, right? So now you can see when this one is on, and then the control circuit is turned on. Oh, I gotta turn this off. Okay. So control circuit is on when it's not going, right? So if I turn this one on, and then I let the control circuit go, you see it power. Oh, I wasn't quick enough, but it powered this one and not that one. So like, if I did this,
you want him to do you so much you could do anything.
And you can see, like, if I have this one on, it'll do the opposite. Let's see if I can do it in less than 4.
Oh, come on!
In less than 4 ticks. Come on. There we go. Now it's flicking, and you can tell that this one turned on, but that one didn't. So we can kind of think of these clocks, the input clock and the expected output clock. We can kind of think of them as a truth table, right? So that's like why I made them, because I wanted to have like a representation of this truth table over time. So we can see, like, this is called a NOT gate. When it's off, the output is on. When it's on, the output is off. So let's plug that in here. Just like that. So you can see that this repeater is going to be on when it starts. So I want this repeater to be off when it starts. And then we can start it. So this is not a NOT gate, so it shouldn't open. It doesn't. We'll just build a NOT gate. That. And it's open. It is important the amount of delay you've got going here. Like I said before, you want them to arrive at the same time, so you need to kind of like calculate when this signal leaves the clock. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 ticks of delay. So I need there to be 3 ticks of delay. I guess there's a little wiggle room, but this should still work at 4. There we go.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Okay, but anyway, so we got a NOT gate here. So when it's off, it's on. When it's on, it's off, right? So like, let's look at this truth table. Then let's go over to an XOR gate, which I've got the next door set up to be. And look at that. There's a NOT gate right here. When this is on, when this is off, that's on, and so on, right? And then what's this? Up here, it's just a send it through. It's a integer, if you will. And then how do we determine when it's either a NOT or just send it straight through? So when this one is off, we send it. And
Still gonna send it.
when this one is on, we flip it. So that's kind of one way to think about these logic gates. This is an XOR, as I said. One way to think about it, as I said when I was saying that the XOR is a check to see if they match, right? So you can see, like, when they match, it's off. Match, off. They don't match here in the middle, and it's on. So that's one way to think about it, as I said before. But another way you can look at it is purple is like a selector. Is like pull this lever for the output to be a NOT instead of a send it through, right? So that's pretty cool. And let's talk about this XOR gate a little bit. I just have 3 clocks this time. This purple here in the middle is the expected output. You can tell that it has lamps on it. And then pink and purple, they are the inputs. And as I said before, we just want the inputs to cycle through every permutation, big word there. But anyway, like, this thing will do everything it can while this one is off. And then it'll turn on, and this will do everything it can, right? Let's remember that. But anyway, let's just show that this one works. Like, we just got another XOR up here. I have it set to XOR, you see. Off, on, off. And it's open. Pretty cool. Alright, let's kick it up a notch to then... You can have as many inputs and outputs as you can feasibly, like, connect together with redstone. So, the sky's the limit. I don't want... Like, you see how big these get? Like, this is just 3 inputs. Like, I don't wanna... I don't wanna. Alright, let's talk about 3 inputs here. So this one I made so that it can... The key to the door is a full adder. And if you notice... Alright, let's go look at what a full adder is made of. We've got A, B, and C, right? A and B are XOR'd. And it comes out right there. And then the output of that XOR is then XOR'd again with, let's follow this back, with C. So, A and B are XOR'd together to start. Let's look at here. We've got this whole blue area. Same thing's happening right here. So let's call these A and B, right? So, yeah, A and B are XOR'd together. And then what happens... So A and B are XOR'd together when this one is C is off. Then what happens when C is on? Well, that's not an XOR, but it is the opposite of an XOR, right? Because it's 1 0 0 1 and this is 0 1 1 0. So you can kind of see that the same thing that happened here, where when this one is off, it's normal. When this one is on, it's flipped. The same thing is happening with C, right? When this is off, it's a normal XOR. When it's on, it's flipped. It's called an XNOR, if you wanted to get into that, but that's not important. But yeah, that's kind of... It's cool how, like, physical gates translate into these truth tables. Like, maybe I'm just a big nerd, but I think it's fun to, like, think about it in different ways like that.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
Just to show that it works. Here, I'll break that so it won't open.
Whoa, 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 hey.
My timer is a little short. That's why that happened. Then I'll connect it, and it'll open. Ta-da! So yeah, I hope you have fun with this. Maybe you can figure out a way to make the clocks simpler, because you can kind of tell that they're getting bunched up in here. I had trouble with the control circuit. Yeah, you can, like, this is just one solution to a 3-input, 2-output truth table. You could, like, each output could be one of, I think there's 64 3-input possible gates, you know? So each of these is 64, and then there's 32 ticks of delay. So 64 times 32 is a lot, and then squared, that's like 4 million 4 million possible ways that you could try and open this door, and only one is right.
But what crochets, wouldn't adding increments of 4 ticks of delay cause one truth table to line up with 7 others, which means the total combinations are 8 times less than that?
Listen here, this is a video about logic.
Plus your door still opens when the delay is 1 tick off, so that probably cuts the combinations in half again.
Hey y'all, thanks for watching. If you found this valuable, you should hit the like button, and if you didn't, you should still hit the subscribe button, because people with less than 1,000 subscribers don't get any money, and that's bad. So yeah, have a good time, and stay tuned. I've got a video coming about a crocheted sniffer. That'll be really cool. Peace out.